You don't even want no sex. You don't want no sex. You could have let that roll.
I let it roll, but I was like,
it's still in there. It's still in there. Let it go. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When I woke up, I said to myself, I want to film an episode today. So I called my frat brother. I said, this dude busy. I know he do a lot of shit. And he's an amazing dad, great family man. His daughters are hilarious. Huh. I've been trying to get him and his wife to put them babies on camera. They just naturally funny, and they don't even know they being funny. Let me just real quickly. I saw a clip. I live in this nigga stories. I saw a clip of Finesse in the mall with his mask on and his kids, and it starts off. He got his mask on. He pulls the mask down. He says, "I want to apologize to all the parents that I used to laugh at before I had kids that couldn't control their kids out in public." And he turned the camera, and his daughter was under a goddamn table full of clothing, and he just leaned down and he's like, "Get from under there. You're gonna be dirty. Get from under there." The frustration, he had been calling that little girl for a long time. And the frustration he felt, bro, I love seeing you and your family.
She was under there so long, I pulled out my camera. Because I got bored. And I was like, she really not. I'm about to film this. At least I'm going to get some likes for this shit or something. I'm going to get something for this torment.
I present to you, comedian, writer, actor, producer. You probably know him from SNL. Hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, my fraternity brother, your good friend now, Finesse Mitchell, y'all, is in the building.
What's up, D-Lay?
Hey, man, let me tell you something. Finesse hit me up one day out of the blue. Hey, man, what you got going on this weekend? I was like, you want to go to Philly? I was like, yeah. Because nobody brings me on the road with them but Bill Bellamy. Like, because I'm doing a powerful opening act. So nobody really want to do it. Finesse, I don't give a fuck about all that. You want to go to Philly? You want to go to Philly? Let's go. Went to Philly, man, and that was our first time really hanging out. But Finesse, let me tell you,
that's the first time you see one of my hours, and you know what I mean. That's
in person. Me and my ex-wife were huge fans of the last special that you had with Prince. Like, dog, we would sit and get high and watch that bit. But man, you're known for carrying around very important people. Like, nigga, you be everywhere. Like, I'm not even fronting. I remember when the quarantine hit, I text you and I was like, because I saw you with somebody. I don't know if it was fucking Barack. I don't know who I saw you with. Because, like, seriously, Joey, he'd be with everybody. Like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. You remember when the quarantine first hit and people was all stuck at home, you know what to do? And then D-Nice went live that time, and like everybody went crazy. He was live. Right, the next day, this nigga was with D-Nice. I'm like, what are you doing with D-Nice? What are you, like, just different scenarios. You find yourself, you have made a mark in Hollywood where your relationships extend way beyond the stage. How do you do it, good brother?
That's the game. That's part of the game that's just as important as being a monster on stage. People discount the power of not only networking, but it becomes a point where you have to make the relationship personal. You can't just hit somebody up when you need them. You got to ask about their kids. You have to just make a small connection so that by the time, if a work project does come up,
right,
you're already friends. You already in the top 5 that people gonna think of when they got to get something done. And so when you combine a genuine friendship because you built it on I'm genuinely checking on you.
That's dope.
Then from my 2000, because trust me, I was a comic view nigga. Like, I'm that's my claim to fame. I did a set. I wasn't even supposed to do that set. I was an alternate. So just getting that TV appearance of a comedian dropping out and them saying, Finesse, you on tonight. That started it all, because that set is what, you know how you just had that first TV set and everything is right. You in your home city.
TV. You stayed before SNL, because I wasn't even doing comedy then. You will always be on, and I was like, I remember saying to myself, I'm not a comedian at the time. Mm-hmm. He talk about something different every time he get up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, you know, I'm not even into comedy. I just watch it. And I would see, and then they would always play, even when they did like the reruns of like different snippets, they were like, I was like, this nigga, who
yeah.
You got some sort of like, your daddy worked for BET. How does he stay on BET? Because every rerun they ran, finesse. And it wasn't finesse, it was just finesse.
That happened. Like, that happened. That's when them, back in the day, Gary Owen getting the call, like, you want to host? Like, really? Gary about to host? But at the time, you know, you just like, yeah.
Right.
Man, that's what I accepted. I accepted that even though I was new in the game, I had a dope-ass set. They was airing that bitch like crazy. But having that no-fear attitude, of course, in the game, and getting SNL, it was when I got SNL that I had used everything that I had learned along the way off the stage, the hustle off the stage, that once I got SNL and you put me in a room with all of these life-changing people,
right,
week after week after week, show after show, it's always a difference. It is Prince, and then with Robert De Niro as the host.
Right.
Well, when you meet Robert De Niro's friends, and then maybe somebody in Prince's band or a publicist, and then the next week it's Bono and U2 with I don't know, we had so many dope guests back in the day. But the point of saying all that shit is, if you take them relationships and take at least 20% of them, all these people are in the business to make money and get it. They wouldn't be in that room. So when you in those rooms week after week, you just make some friendships, man, and have it go through the years. Because 2003, you know how long ago that was? 2003. I'm still in the game doing it. Yeah. So guess what? A lot of people that was in that room, they still in the game doing it. And you further along, they further along. So the phone call is easy.
I call Finesse.
Does that make any sense?
I call Finesse. Listen to this shit, Chris. I called Finesse last week. I said, Finesse, I need a lawyer. He said, Johnny Cochran's dead. Give me a minute. And got me a lawyer. He really got me a lawyer. And I was like, God, this is dope. Now, this is what I want to know. How does Finesse go from comic view? Because that was a big leap.
Yeah.
You know, like you went from being what they call an urban comedian to like mainstream.
Right.
Just by being on SNL. How do you get into SNL? How do you get the call? Who saw Finesse, brought him in the room? How we get there?
Well, my OG was Bill. So when Bill was taking me on the road,
Bill Bellamy,
me, him, and Emery, and would go hit the road. And
shout out to Biggie. He'll be on the show next week.
Yeah.
Shout out to Biggie. Come to the show next week.
Absolutely, that's my man. And but they taught me the stand up business game. They taught me the business part of it. And they loved the funny part of it because I was doing this character named Starkesha.
Yes.
Who found out they had to read in a movie theater because the movie had subtitles. And so I used to live off of Crenshaw. I used to live in, you know. So when we went to the Magic Johnson Theater, you know, it was what it was. But I'm from Georgia. I'm from the A. So we can't nobody talk to a screen better than some Southern black women. So
what's her name? It's
we invented that shit. We invented, no bitch, no, oh this bitch. Like we invented that shit. And so it just all came together. The perfect bit with a movie that I just combined with the character, and then I just made a story about that bitch. And Bill and them, it's so funny. I just had him on my podcast, and he was saying the same thing. Like, bro, when you used to do Starkesha, when you got SNL, he said, M called me.
Yeah.
Bill, that's the shit that's the shit he was doing with us, Bill. I love that nigga, man.
He don't like nobody.
And he don't like nobody.
He hate everybody in the world. Yeah. Other than his immediate people around him, he don't like, and he hates new comedians to death.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, all that shit was dope, bro. I appreciate the invite to come down here. I ain't been downtown LA in so long.
It's different.
Bro, it's different.
You ain't seen somebody do heroin in a while?
Bro, let me tell you something. I'm outside your building. So D building got a little fake balcony out there. It's not it's the rail. It's enclosed, but you can walk in it, but it's up against the building. If you walking up and down the street, that shit look like you in like a ghetto VIP if you standing in that little encasing right there. And it got little stand-up tables like it used to be a bar, but they ain't build a bar. So they just did the tables and said, fuck the project, we just gonna leave this shit here. So now you at these stand-up tables, and there's a dude on the main stand-up table selling whatever you need from sage, incense, you know, this dude had the cigarettes, he had the lighter, it was like a little store. It was like he set that table up and he got that look on him that say, I wish a nigga would tell me to move my shit. Yeah. So people don't fuck with this dude. He got the perm.
Yeah, he permed up.
He permed out. And this was the dope part. I said, I ain't been to downtown LA in so long. Look at this vibe. I'm feeling all vibey. Look at this shit. Fuck that. I'm about to smoke one. I go downstairs. I see homie again because I saw him when I was coming in. I see him. And then I go stand at the next table that's empty. He's at his table. I'm at my table. We are enclosed. People are walking by. I start rolling a blunt. And then I get on the phone, which I take on speakerphone because I'm in that mood.
Yeah.
So everybody walking by hearing this conversation. Kansas City did. Oh, they tripping over that. No, but yeah, Playboy. So when you come back, and now it's lit. Big Perm is to the right.
Yeah.
He's got his music playing.
Oh, he got a whole setup.
So you can't tell us we not in the club.
None of this is authorized.
No, it can't be.
No, none of it's authorized.
And at this golden moment, bruh, I pick up the phone and I'm doing this and I'm smoking and my man is right there and I'm looking at people as they walking by and they're looking like, God damn. And I felt what they were seeing because it's like I stepped out, looked at us and looked at the setup and looked at everything and I said, damn, tell me we not Nino Brown and G Money before they made it. Before they got the Carter. We in these streets. We are, I look like I wish y'all would run up on my man. I look like muscle.
Right.
He look like, this is where you get the heroin.
This is it.
Not weed. That nigga don't fuck with weed. Wow. Not coke. No, this dude is selling the brown. He's selling that 80s shit. And people are like just walking by, but you could see the look on their faces, B, where it was just like, they also, now here's this thing about Hollywood. They also looked like they enjoyed it. They also looked like, oh, this is what I moved downtown for. The culture. You know what I mean? So it was just crazy watching just the whole vibe. But you couldn't tell me we wasn't selling.
We sell shit. That's what we do. Like, we as black people, we're going to sell. We're going to find a way to be entrepreneurs. I'm in Chicago. It's about 2 degrees. I don't have a coat. I'm hungry, and I'm at the Southside Loop Hotel.
Okay.
I have a big sweater. But it ain't no sweater for this Chicago weather. That Chicago weather, like, nigga, come outside, and this wind gonna whoop your ass.
Right.
As soon as you bring your ass out with this pretty sweater, gonna whoop your ass. So I can't take it. And I've been hearing about this Harold's Fried Chicken. I gotta go. I got to get the Harold's Fried Chicken. I've been hearing too much about it. I mustered up the strength. Let me tell you why I walked in this 2-degree weather. I smoked a whole joint, the whole thing, to make my body hot, and I drank some whiskey because I was about to go into, I don't know why I thought this was going to warm me up when I was going to 2-degree weather, but I did this, and I had to walk. I had to walk. Something was going on with my Uber. I had to walk because I said, oh, it ain't that far. It's maybe like a 15-minute walk. Ain't too bad. Not a good thought.
Right.
Smoking. So I'm walking, and as I'm walking, you know how you look on the map and you see that red dot?
Yeah.
Your destination, and you see where you are? I said, that's fucking far. It's cold outside.
Right.
I'm going to run. I'm going to run. I'll get there faster if I run. If it's 15 minutes walking, clearly it's going to be 10 running. That's my logic. I run maybe about 60 seconds. You can't run in 2-degree weather. You just can't. I ain't equipped for this. I finally see the Harold's Chicken sign. I'm like, damn, I'm so cold. I got shit running down my nose, but I can't wipe it.
Right. Because
my hand's in my pockets, and if I take my hands in my pockets, my hand's gonna be frozen again. I gotta keep these bitches down. And whoever see me, you gotta see me with the snout on my nose.
Right.
When I get inside Harold Chicken, I can wipe my shit, but right now it's cold. I just need to get inside.
Right.
I get inside. It's a long ass line.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get inside. I just need to get inside to get some napkins, wipe my shit. So as I'm sitting, and the ladies that are running this chicken spot, they playing zero games.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have time for your shit.
I've been in one of them spots.
What kind of chicken do you want?
They're rude.
Be specific about your chicken.
Right.
I've been taking chicken orders all month.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want him. I don't play with me. Don't come in with no games. Come in here with your money. Don't play with me.
Right.
You can tell this woman deal with a lot of shit because she talking loud. Next.
Right.
Just, real aggressive. Next. And then the other lady is calling our daughter. 698 69. So it's a lot. They loud.
Yeah.
Now the people in that, they're not quiet. They loud. All
Right.
the shit is loud. So you better listen to your goddamn number or you get passed by.
Right.
They'll throw your goddamn chicken to the side and keep on calling. 634.
Right.
Because 698 didn't want that shit.
Right.
So I'm inside. They're moving pretty swiftly.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty swiftly. I get to the front, and when you get to the front, even though you've been in line, you just don't know. Because you see new shit once you get in front of the cashier. I said, baby, what do you want?
Now, about to say, they told your ass a new one.
That scared me. Ooh, that scared me. Baby, what do you want? I was like, I said, you got what? We have all kind of chicken. What do you want? I said, let me get a 3-piece. However you want fucking the 3 pieces to come, you just put the bitches in there because I'm hungry. I just want to eat.
Right.
So as I'm pulling out my money, my back is turned. There's people behind me. I hear socks. I got socks for sale. High socks, ankle socks. Who wants socks? I turn around. It's a nigga in a big old coat. He got 2 bags. I'm like, nigga, you can't come in a business starting a business.
Right.
This business is already established. You can come in and start your business. These are my customers.
Mm.
So I'm like, clearly, somebody gonna get this nigga out of here.
Right.
You can't come through that. Socks! Who needs socks? I'm like, they about to get your ass clean up out of here. I heard, I'll take 2 pair. I said, these niggas are buying shit in here.
Right. He's a regular. You visited.
He's a wreck. I'm tripping. I didn't even realize this nigga's a part of this goddamn chicken community. Mm-hmm. And he's allowed to come in here and say, I was like, this motherfucker is amazing. Nigga, I bought some hand socks, feet socks. I put everything that I can put on me to walk back to that South Loop. But I could understand the entrepreneurship that we have as black people, especially my man Rocco downstairs.
Jesse Smollett walked by going to Subway on your way to the goddamn Harold's Chicken. You was like, what's up, Jesse? Don't get in no trouble.
Finesse.
What's up?
Hey, bro. You're a family man now.
Oh, man, I retired, bro.
You retired.
I
you
retired
used to be
from
in Miami.
Yeah.
Now I got to talk about it. You're in Miami.
Yeah.
You got SNL too?
Huh?
You finished SNL? What part?
I finished SNL, went down to Miami to meditate, and saw a house and was like, that looked like my house.
Now,
and bought a house, and the next thing I know,
I gotta ask. I'm gonna back that up, and I'm gonna go back there.
Yeah.
SNL.
Mm-hmm.
You have a great run on SNL.
Mm-hmm.
You're known as the black dude on SNL.
Right.
I look up. I don't see Finesse on SNL no more.
Right.
What happened? The raw shit. What happened?
The raw shit is you. When I look back on it as a grown man, it went from I enjoyed being there. It went from this is exciting to I was very comfortable doing more. I don't know. I took the job for granted. That's when I reflect back on it.
Right.
I wish I had a mentor. It's almost like going to the league.
So
before there was a mentor program.
They gave you the bag. You got the popularity.
Bro, I was on Comic View. I moved out here. I do the grind for 2 years. 2 years? And then I'm on SNL.
That's it? Right.
There ain't no, it was literally you got the job. Here's your flight. We packed that night. I hit New York. Monday morning, I'm sitting in front of damn Halle Berry. This show has started. Everybody just saying, hey, Finesse, welcome to the show. It ain't no orientation. It ain't no handbook.
So you...
Bruh, so all I'm saying is that...
I'm going to ask you something.
Yeah.
You coming on in the SNL, people just see the characters. But you're a writer.
Yeah.
Like, you got to come in with all these different skill sets.
Well, no. They would like for you to have all that, but what you really need to do is just crush that audition. You crush that audition, they got writers. You know what I'm saying? No matter what people think of them, sometimes they come and they hit home runs. But if you try to write sketch comedy for over 40 years, there ain't nothing new. You got to wait for somebody to create something new just so you can spoof it. Because other than that, how many times can you come up with an original thought? And so that's why I take comedians come in there with their flavor saying, let's put this on TV. And sometimes you hit a home run and a lot of times you don't.
Finesse Mitchell.
Yeah. Does that make any sense?
You met Halle Berry.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you my quick Halle Berry.
Like I said, there ain't no handbook. They didn't say how to act when you see Halle Berry.
What happened
I
when
didn't
you saw
know.
the woman?
Man.
Tell me how she looked, first of all. Where is she? Where are you?
Well, at this time in my career, it was just like, you go from Comic View to like
that's a big
hanging
jump.
with a Bond girl or somebody. You know what I mean? Or like,
That's
at the time, it's Halle Berry.
That's like being a
Like-
JV basketball player, and is it safe to say you get drafted?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like you're a hot JV basketball player.
You know what, man? It's just
High
a
school
dope
basketball.
job. When you really look at it, D, because you know that, because now I'm going to talk real for the people that's like, who know the business. It's a job. You book the job. Now you have to understand what the job is once you get there. And for some people, it was their lifelong dream to be on SNL. For Finesse Mitchell, I went to an audition and booked the job. It didn't really hit me to like my second and third show. Like, it didn't really hit me that, oh shit, we having stars in the fucking industry and music every week. And we having after parties every week. They don't tell you necessarily how to write dope sketches, but you'll figure it out. All you know how to do is be the best you. But then after that, you got to manage the whole social aspect of it. And that's when I said, being in New York from those years, and we was that age. Everybody's in the street every night. Every night we in the street. Every night we leave the house at like 1 a.m. to go clubbing because that was just the vibe.
What's your work week?
The work week was Monday pitch, Tuesday writing, Wednesday we reading all the sketches we wrote from the pitches, like 50 sketches, and then they select after table read what the 10 sketches will be. So now you got 50 sketches and everybody writing, but they only picking 10. They only gonna produce 8. You know what I mean? And maybe 6.5 might make it on the actual show. So it's a whole lot of work until maybe your shit gonna be on, maybe it's not, maybe it get cut, maybe who knows. But then after that, Thursday, Friday you rehearse, and Saturday you rehearse all day and do the show.
When you got time to party, that's a long.
You party after the show, but no. But that's my point though. You're a cast member on this show, right? But you come when you come, you leave when you leave. So like back in the day, me and Keenan, we leave at like, around 1 a.m., 12, 1, and then we go to the club. Then we hang out and come back. And then you write. It don't matter. You're going to fit it in. Plus, we hosting our own parties. You know what I mean? It was just wild, bro. Now, when I look back on it, that's why I said, dang, man, somebody should have navigated me and said, hey, work on this character and stay out the clubs half the time. You know what I mean? Like, you focus on it. I partied, bro. I got to the point where I felt like, damn, man, I am the big noob. I'm here. And then it was in a year. Like, the first year, dope. Second year, it slowed down, but I was still, like, just enamored with where I was in New York City and the access to everything. And being a black dude on Saturday Night Live. So when you do show up to something social, a lot of people know. Yeah. In that circle. That's big in pop culture. And it's a lot, and everybody was bubbling. From Idris being a DJ and from Justin Timberlake and Ashton Kutcher, all the young cats were young. They was bubbling, super hot, but bubbling. But now they like, what I'm saying? These people are megastars. And I think the pressure starts the pressure starts building. I was ignoring that people were really taking this seriously because it was their next stepping, while I was just in there like, you know what I'm saying?
You're not even looking at this like, this is my career. You're like,
yeah. I'm on SNL, bro.
I'm going to get something else.
Keenan, you hungry? It was just,
all right. But
it was just such a dope fraternity that I think that helped a lot with just relationships now. Because even though when I left the show, when I wasn't on the show anymore, I kept the relationships with a lot of the dope writers. They were young. You know, they got SNL jobs.
Who?
Like the writers and then producers and all that stuff.
Was Tina Fey a part of it at that point?
Absolutely.
She's in that, right?
Like she showed me how to write a sketch. Just reading her work week after week, I'm like, this is how you write a sketch. She's dope. Like one of the best, one of the coldest when it comes to writing sketches. White sketches, black sketches, whatever it is, like she dope with that shit. But I say all that to say, when I look at people like Tina then and Tina now, right. Tina's a megastar, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what I was saying was that what I was smart enough to do was not burn bridges, and we all looked at, because you get to a certain age where you're like, we're all just peers. Some people are working way more than others, but we're all peers. Right. So if it's a legit reason to hit them up on some business shit, go for it, because the door is open, because the relationship is already there. So a lot of those writers are now in LA and they showrunners. So your name is in the circle because they know you. Right. But now they're the showrunners. They're the big time TV producers and coming up with the comedies that we see. You know what I mean? And right. So it's a big deal when a black producer or a black writer or, you know what I mean, or right. Viola Davis gets into the sitcom business and people trying to produce more content. And so when you get on a platform like that, and anybody who in the business, it only take one yes out of all these no's. Out of all these no's, all these damn no's, it's the most random thing ever to hear information and you just go on and follow up with that information you got. Right. And you prepared just in case you got a shot. You prepared, and then when you did it, you hit a home run. You impressed people, whether they saw you performed or they just met you and they say, I like that guy. That shit happens out here. I like that guy. D-Lay had me freaking in stitches the entire evening.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm at the Laugh Factory one night, and I don't even know you in the building. I'm on stage, and I'm crushing this bitch. I am tearing their ass out the frame at this Laugh Factory, like I always do. It's Chocolate Sunday. They there to laugh anyway. I come off stage, and Finesse shakes my hand, and he was like, fine, good shit. Meet John Singleton. This nigga know every goddamn body. He introduced me to John Singleton. And John Singleton gave me his number, and we talked after the show. And I remember saying to myself, damn, like, I didn't know, I would start seeing you around. I would see you in different pockets, but you would always be with important people. Just like, just different people. And I was like, man, those relationships, I want that. I want those relationships. You mentioned you met Halle Berry. I did too. Not really. I didn't meet her. I came up here from Vegas. I'm driving back and forth trying to just get on stage when I can. And I'm in my 1999 Mazda Protege. And I'm on Sunset Boulevard. And I'm riding down the street. And I said, I'm gonna go shopping. Like I had a whole lot of money. I just wanted some money from the casino. So I was balling off that money. And I pull up to the red light. I forgot the street. It's 2 streets before the Laugh Factory. It's like a little median right in the middle of the street. And I'm in my tan 1999 Mazda Protege, and I'm sitting there. And to my left pulls up a red Thunderbird. It's a red Thunderbird, drop top. So I look to my left, I double back. It's Halle Berry. I'm just getting out here. I've been in Louisiana. I left home in Louisiana about 8 months ago. I'm from Alexandria, Louisiana. I'm on Sunset Boulevard. To the left of me is Halle Berry. I look at Halle Berry. She looks at me, waves at me from Alexandria, right. Country ass Louisiana.
Right.
I feel like, I don't know if you remember the scene in Color Purple when Celie saw
Nettie.
Not Nettie. She saw Suge Gavy for the first time. She said, I can't move. I can't move my feet.
And everybody behind you going,
and bro, she drove off. I didn't even get a chance to wave back.
Right.
I couldn't wait. I was so shocked. Right. I pulled off to the side. I pulled out my phone. I called my sister. I said I saw her.
Right.
I said, who? I said, Halle Berry. I met Halle Berry. She said, you met Halle Berry? I said, no. I did not meet her. I said, but I met her. Mm-hmm. She waved at me. She said she waved at me, and like we from the country.
Right.
That's big. That could make headline news in Alexandria.
Let me tell you my country, LA celebrity story. I'm on Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. And I had no money to be in Beverly Hills. I had no reason to be in Beverly Hills. I just wanted to go there.
Right.
And it was that day. Today is Beverly Hills Day.
It's Beverly Hills. Let's go.
And I'm on one of them strips, man, by the steak houses and stuff. And then up on the corner is one of the shops. And I think it was like this boutique ice cream, but coffee store or whatever. And I'm in there and I'm taking a break because I'm realizing that, I'm uncomfortable walking in these stores now. Like, they know I don't have no, like,
I know
it's just that feeling. Like,
no, I don't
so
have
it's like, let me go
money.
get something that I can afford. Let me go get me a cup of ice cream and enjoy this day. My country ass moment, bruh. And now, mind you, I want to be a networker because I want to be like, I got to make this happen. So I got to meet somebody. And you know how you are when you first get off the damn plane. You're like, if I meet this person will give me all their contacts and will let me make it over them. You know what I mean? Because you think that's how Hollywood work. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, what's your manager name? Manager? Nigga, that's his name. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. So I'm sitting in there, bruh. Fucking Sanaa Lathan and Omar Epps walk in. They fucking pick up their order. They sit at a table. They're leaning into each other and they're talking and they're laughing and they're smiling. And my country ass is sitting there frozen like, that wasn't a movie. This shit is for real.
You really like it?
They are real. I thought that was just, I was just sitting there. I was like, dang, she ain't got the ponytail no more. Like, I really saw that was her from the movie.
Right.
And that was my moment where I was just like, dang, these people real and they out here getting it and they this is real love and they got to work together. Man, my mind was blown just for a little bit because it opened up my eyes where it also made me say, I want to be them. I got to, whatever they're doing, I want to look happy at some point doing, you know what I'm saying? You know how you come out here and you say, it got to work. I got to make it. So I got to be happy. I got to be happy. Please get me to a place where I can at least be happy. And then once you're there and you see a look like that, you're like, man, this shit is dope. It's dope. It's a dope, motivating feeling because they were young back then and they were getting it, bro. They were a huge part of black culture. Omar Epps saw his damn movies when we were coming up. Like, he's a part of black culture. So, and Sanaa.
Hey, man, listen, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. As always, brother, I appreciate you, man. Much success. I want everybody to check out your movement. You doper than what people just see on the surface, man. We got some things that you and I are working on, and I think it's gonna be some real big things that we're gonna bring out of that. But man, thank you again for stopping by. Finesse Mitchell, everybody. Hey man, thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Another fabulous episode.